Okay, so welcome, guys. Game of Thrones season 6, episode 10. Wow, that's pretty much what I've got to say for this episode. Wind of Winter. Man, dude, like I've got so many pages of notes. I don't even know where to start. We're going to try to start at the beginning. There's so much stuff that happened this season. I mean this episode, sorry. This is like I don't even know if I should say this is my favorite episode or not, but it's like hands down, it's got to be one of them. Like, oh my god, that was crazy. Like the stuff that happened this episode, just like okay, let's just try to actually get into some things. We've been rambling on it for too long. Let's try to actually get into the start of the episode. But wow, that's pretty much what I gotta say. That might be my favorite episode ever. I said that last week for episode 9, and I didn't think it could get better than that. But oh my god, this episode, like, it just seems like Game of Thrones just keeps getting better and better and better and better, and I don't know when it's gonna stop. But let's just jump into the start. So we have the trial. We start with the trial, which we knew was coming. We got the seven gods or whatever. And we got Lawrence on trial, or not Lawrence. Is it Lawrence? No, it's Loras. We got Loras on trial, Loras Tyrell on trial. We got Cersei on trial. And so Loras, he basically says, I'm guilty, and I'll become one of you. So he does. He becomes one of the crazy religious people, which is kind of shocked me. I mean, I feel like that was kind of part of Marjorie's plan all along, but it obviously failed, but I feel like that was part of Marjorie's plan. So we're all sitting there. I mean, of course, we as viewers knew Cersei was not gonna go to this, and if she was, then she was gonna cause hell, because it's Cersei. She's just not. She's not gonna do that. Which then we see the Grand Maester getting whispered to by the little kids. The whispers, and so he follows the whispers, and he goes down underground where the trial is taking place, and he was supposed to meet the king there, and it ended up to being he was getting killed. The Grand Maester got killed by the kids, the whispers, and I can't really remember what is it. I can't remember the main focal point, the guy's name, the guy that dresses in black that Cersei's with. Like, he's gonna be the new Grand Maester, obviously, but I can't remember his actual name. But he's gonna be the new Grand Maester. He said something like, to like bring in the new, you must get out with the old, which is an actual saying. So it was pretty cool. While we learned, we had suspicions, that wildfire was gonna be under the city, which a lot of people knew that. I mean, from what the hints we've been getting, recently, it wasn't too big of a shocker seeing the wildfire under the city and everything. But it was definitely something else. Like, I mean, I kind of knew it would be happening, but I just didn't expect it fully. But we got that. And then Loras got stabbed. Not Loras. Wait, is it? I forget their names. I can't forget this guy's name. It's the Cersei's cousin. I can't remember his name, but he dies. He gets stabbed as well, and he's over there crawling because he sees the wildfire, and he's crawling to try to blow out the candle that's gonna set it all on fire. And I'm thinking for a second, I'm like, even though it's Game of Thrones, this seems a little bit off. Like, there's no way that Game of Thrones is about to kill literally like this many people. Like, there's no way that Game of Thrones is gonna pull this. Like, this is literally like this can't happen. And at first, then I was thinking, well, it's Game of Thrones, and then he got right up to it, and I was like, oh well, never mind. Okay, they're gonna let this one slide, but they didn't. He literally was about to blow it out, and then it just happened. It literally just happened, and that was Jesus. Like, Marjorie died, Loras died, the scepter guy, the priest guy, which everyone hates, died. A lot of citizens died. Like, oh my God, Cersei. Like, she went all out on this. Like, she literally went all out on this. That was crazy. I literally wrote down, holy fuck, when that happened, because I was just thinking, oh my God. And then, oh my God. And then, like, literally moments after that, like, that happens, and I'm like, we're in shock of that. And then we see Tommen just looking out the window, and it's just a still shot. It's just a still shot of the window with Tommen looking out, and someone's like, I'm sorry, because his wife died, his wife's brother died, all these citizens died, and he wasn't there. And since he was the king, he was gonna get blamed for this. And it was pretty obvious. So whenever he went off camera and he took his crown off, I was thinking maybe he's gonna throw the crown out the window. And then he literally just comes back and has no thoughts about it, just jumps out the fucking window. And I'm like, dude, what? Then, like, so I literally have holy fuck written in all caps because of that explosion. And then right after that, I have holy shit written in all caps because of that suicide. Like, Game of Thrones, come on. Like, this is crazy. Literally, like, so many main characters just died. The king killed himself. The king's wife was blown up by the king's mother. Like, only in Game of Thrones will stuff like this happen. This is why I love this show so much, because they don't care to kill off main characters. I didn't think Tommen was going to kill himself. I didn't think the wildfire was actually going to go out. Even though I've literally had 6 seasons of seeing them do stuff like this, I still can't predict it. I still just think it's too much for Game of Thrones. And then they come back and they're like, no, we got more. Like, oh my God. That is literally crazy. That's like past even Game of Thrones level crazy. And we're only like 5 minutes into the show at this point. We're literally like maybe 10 minutes into the show. Tommen kills himself. Marjorie gets blown up by Cersei. And then whenever we saw that little priestess girl, whatever, whenever we saw her getting waterboarded with wine by Cersei, and then I'm presumed to think that that Gregor Clegane raped her. That's what I'm presuming to believe. I'm not sure, but that's I think that's what we're presumed to believe, is that he was gonna rape her and then like torture her and kill her, which I'm honestly not even that, like, that doesn't even faze me at this point. Like, she totally deserved it. She was such a bitch. Like, only in Game of Thrones can you take a character who fucks their brother and kills people mercilessly, literally was like against our favorite characters, and then feel sympathy for. Only in Game of Thrones can something like this happen. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to wrap my head around this and try to move out, because half the page, like literally the notes on the first page, are all pretty much holy shit, holy fuck, Tommen just jumped out the roof, or jumped off the window. So after that, we get a little bit of tied in, which has been really annoying, to be honest. I wasn't too happy with this scene. And that was Sam. I mean, it was nice seeing Sam finally get to that library, but it's like, did we really need like an hour and a half of previous episodes just time with him to get him to a library? Like, I just feel like his character development is literally too slow. They're just showing too much, just tiny development for such an underestimated character. Like, I just don't feel like it was worth it. I feel like we could have just used that somewhere else. But I mean, either way, it's good seeing Sam in that library. That was a huge library. I'm really excited to see in season 7 what he's gonna do, because we obviously know he's gonna become the Grand Maester of not the North, of the Night's Watch. But my only thing is, dude, Sam still doesn't know that Jon was killed. Like, Sam is so far behind. He's literally like back in season 5 at this point. And he still doesn't know that Jon was killed, fucking resurrected, left the Night's Watch, and went and fought and won his hometown back. Like, he is so far. He is literally so far out of the loop that I feel bad for him, because whenever he finds out that Jon was killed and brought back to life, he's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what's been going on behind these scenes? Honestly, crazy stuff. So moving on past Sam. Um, one thing I wrote down I thought was kind of funny, dude. I totally am shipping Daenerys and Tyrion. I mean, I don't think it's actually gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna get married or anything. But that scene with them was really nice. It was just like took a break from all the chaos that's going on in this episode and gave us like a little peace and harmony of Tyrion and Dany. I mean, obviously everyone loves Dany, everyone loves Tyrion. Dude, I totally ship them. I totally ship Tyrion and Dany. So then after that, we get both. And actually, I think this was before that. I just didn't write it down because nothing really interesting happened. We had Kingslayer or Jamie. We had Jamie and Walder Frey, which everyone hates because of the Red Wedding still. And basically they just talked, and Jamie talked shit to him and left. But what I'm bringing that back up for is because Arya, fuck yeah, dude. Like, oh my god, Arya. Like, I forget last week, I could literally almost promise you that someone commented on my stream while I was streaming the review for last week, and they said, I bet Arya stole a face and she's going to Walder Frey. Someone commented that. They literally predicted exactly what would happen. And I was like, maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. And literally, that's exactly what she did. She stole a face. She went, carved up his sons, put them in food, fed him that food, and then killed him. That was great. The line she said, I think it was like, I want you to know this, but the last thing you're going to see before you die is me. It's Stark smiling down at you, which was insanely awesome. That was great. I loved that. That was great, Arya. That was great for Arya. That was great character development. I'm glad he's dead. He was a nuisance of a character. Hated him. Everyone hates him. Not only because he's just annoying and like, the Red Wedding. He's just a bad character. Like, I don't know. He just feels out of place. I hate him. I mean, a lot of that is probably influenced because of the Red Wedding and what he's done to like our favorite characters and stuff. But man, that's just, I don't know. But okay. Then we get probably the absolute biggest scene of the entire show in like 3 minutes. It was like 3 minutes tops, and we probably get the biggest reveal that we all knew was coming in like 3 minutes. So we get I'm going too far ahead a little bit. So we had Jon and Sansa talking, which was really nice. They were talking on the roof, and that was really good scene because I was just thinking, they're pretty much all they have left that they know about. They don't know where Arya's at. They don't know where Bran's at. Their parents are dead. Everyone, like, in their family is dead, even though we know that Jon's not really part of that family like they think he is. But it's pretty cool seeing that scene of just them two together. It was really nice because he was like, I'm not a Stark, and she was like, well, you are to me. Like, that was a really good scene, I gotta say. So that was pretty dope. But one other thing that I want to say is, like, I want to get into this. Okay, all right. So we know that they love Jon. They're the King of the North. They're bringing that back, but this time instead of and they're calling him the White Wolf instead of the, what was it, the I forget what it was, the something wolf from Robb Stark. I forget what was his, like the Lone Wolf, or I forget what his was, but they called him King of the North. They're doing the same thing with Jon, which was really awesome, seeing them proclaim to a bastard and everything. Well, not a bastard, but what they think of as a bastard. And then we backtrack a little bit. We get Bran and Benjen, and they're over there. Benjen says, I can't go with you. That wall's got some spells in it. And there's a lot of people that were thinking the wall was going to come down at the end of the season. Like, the very last scene would be the wall coming down, which I kind of believed in. I thought would happen, but it didn't. And from what we learned about the wall this episode, the wall is more than what we thought. It's not just a big thing of ice that was built by men. It literally has spells put in it, so the dead can't pass it. Which was, it just kind of felt World of Warcrafty, but like, whatever. I'm fine with it. I mean, it's fantasy, so I don't know. So the dead can't pass it, so Benjen can't go with them, which is kind of sad. I like Benjen. Everyone loves Benjen, even though we barely have had any time with the guy. I still love him as a character and everything. It was all right. And one thing that we're actually, before we get to the big reveal, I want to talk about really, really, really briefly is just Marjorie's grandmother and the people from Dorne and Varys. I don't understand how Varys got from there to the boat at the end of the episode, unless maybe he can literally turn into one of his ravens. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know how Varys got that in like 15 minutes. I mean, it was crazy. But okay, so let's forget it. Let's just jump into this big thing. We get Bran. He touches the tree and he goes back to the, what is it? The Castle of Joy, or not Castle of Joy, Tower of Joy. That's what it is. He goes back to the Tower of Joy, and he follows his dad, and his dad goes up there. And I actually want to tell you guys something that I thought that Game of Thrones would just completely fuck our minds with in a second. But so he goes up there, and I knew what was happening. We all knew what was happening. L plus R equals J. I didn't think they'd give it to us as obvious as they did. I thought they'd prolong it a little bit longer because as she's whispering in Ned's ear, she said his name. Like, she literally said, she didn't say John. She literally said his name. You can kind of tell. And then she said, like, protect him, keep him safe. And then we see the baby, and then it goes to John, which we finally know. We finally have it 100% confirmed. We've pretty much always known that Lyanna plus Rhaegar equals John. We've pretty much always known that. But now we literally have it 100% confirmed that Lyanna and Rhaegar had sex, had a kid, and that kid is Jon freaking Targaryen. How crazy is that, bro? I know that we've had it in our minds circulating and everything. We've had all these rumors going around. We pretty much knew it already. But just the fact that it is 100% confirmed that Jon is a Targaryen is crazy to me. I mean, he's the king of the north. He's the White Wolf. He came from the dead. He was beyond the wall. Like, literally everything he's done in his life literally refers to just cold. It literally comes like that. And I don't know, bro. It's crazy to me. I think that's awesome. Like, him and, so I'm trying to, okay, so Rhaegar was I think Rhaegar was, I'm not too great on the Targaryen lore, but I'm pretty sure that Rhaegar and Daenerys were brother and sister, so that would make no, is that right? If Rhaegar and Daenerys were brother and sister, with that would make Jon and Daenerys, that would make Daenerys Jon's aunt. I might just be kind of confusing something up here. I don't know. It's I'm not too sure. I don't know. So that would make Jon Dany's nephew, which is crazy. When I was kind of going through that scene in my head, I was kind of thinking that it would be like a brother sister type thing, but that just seems really weird because it seems like they're like the same age. Jon maybe even be older, and she's his aunt. But if this is 100% confirmed, I saw someone in the comments say that it's not 100% confirmed yet because we don't know if it's Rhaegar, which is true. We haven't 100%. We don't 100% know that it's Rhaegar, and we don't 100% know that that's Jon. I mean, it was very heavily hinted, considering the fact that it literally went from the baby's face to Jon's face. But actually, let me tell you guys what I thought would happen. I was literally thinking, Game of Thrones might pull something like this, and this is Bran. Like, we've thought that Jon was the bastard all along. We've thought that, but it was Bran. Like, I was literally thinking, dude, Game of Thrones is doing this. They're doing it. Like, Bran is there. He's watching. He's about to find out, hey, that's me. I'm not really who I think I am. Like, I was thinking it was going to be Bran Targaryen, which, I mean, technically could still be a thing. But we have no hints at it. But that was I don't know. That was pretty cool. I don't know. I just thought that might happen, and it didn't, which was, I kind of like Jon being in that situation more than Bran being in that situation, but I thought it was just kind of cool to think, Bran could be Bran Targaryen rather than Brandon Stark. Because like people are saying in the comments right now, and like what everyone says, it's Game of Thrones. Whatever you think is gonna happen, I promise you is not what's gonna happen. Unless you're that guy that commented last week about the ending of this episode and all that. But besides that, it's not what you predict. So the only thing I have in here right now is lots of ships. There was a lot of ships. Daenerys has a ton of ships. She's on her way to Westeros. Like I said previously, I have no idea how Varys got on that boat. He left last season to go to Dorne and somehow ended up, like, in the next couple days, ended up on that boat, which, crazy. I have no idea. That's, I don't know. I don't know how he got there. I guess he can teleport, whatever. That's what, people are saying. It's kind of funny. I personally think it was just kind of a mistake that they made. Just forgot about it. Just forgot that he even went to Dorne. I mean, no one cares about Dorne. That's like the most boring part of Game of Thrones is the freaking snakes over at Dorne. No one cares about Dorne, except unless you're part of the Tyrell household. So I guess we kind of have to care about Dorne now if Varys is interested in Dorne, and the Tyrells are interested in Dorne, and they all hate Cersei. Daenerys hates Cersei. I mean that could be a pretty strong alliance. Daenerys, Tyrion, Varys, the people of Dorne, and the Tyrells. Like Westeros is gone for if that's the case, which could easily be the situation. That's pretty much the end of the episode. We ended it off with Daenerys going off to Westeros. And that's pretty much it. We got Jon now as the King of the North. We know that he is a Targaryen. Pretty much. I don't care what people are saying. It's not 100%. It's basically 100%. I'm saying it's 100%. I consider that 100%. I mean, come on now. L plus R equals J, and then we get that scene. It's 100% confirmed. Jon is a Targaryen. His aunt is now known as Daenerys Stormborn. I'm excited, guys, for next season. If you guys are new to the channel or anything, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That would be awesome. But yeah, I review other things besides Game of Thrones. If you guys are interested, I'm going to be reviewing The Flash Season 3, Gotham Season 3, Scream. I'm starting to review that this week. The Scream, the TV show. Let's see, what else is there? There's Scream, there's Gotham, there's Flash, there's Game of Thrones. That might be it. I think that's it for now. But yeah, that's pretty dope stuff. Game of Thrones Season 6 is over. Hopefully see some of you familiar faces in the comments section of the actual video. This is the live stream version. But if you guys want to check out my channel, you can check out the last week's review. You can check out this week's review in about an hour when it's up on youtube.com. And so I'll see you guys there. Hope you guys are in the comment section on that. I'll talk to you guys, reply to you guys there, like that video and everything. And I guess I'll see you guys back next year. It's sad thing to say. Sad thing to say that Game of Thrones season 6 is over. By far probably my favorite season, sorry. Probably my favorite season of the entire show. It was a great season. Loved it so much. It was a lot of good things happened this season. A lot of crazy things happened this season. A lot of crazy things happened this episode. I gotta say, man, Game of Thrones, it really shocked me. Sad to see it go. I had to wait I didn't get caught up to the show until last season, until the season finale of last season. So I had to wait a year. This will be the first. Actually, no, it was about halfway. So this is gonna be the first time I have to wait a full year for Game of Thrones. I think that's how long they go. I can't really remember the exact times that they stay off of the air for. But it's sad to see it go. It doesn't feel like it's been 10 weeks since the start of this. I'll probably rewatch the season a couple times. Might even rewatch the whole show. And I'll definitely rewatch this season right before the start of next season. But hopefully can see some of you guys in the comment section of this video. I'll talk to you guys a little bit in the comments of this live stream. It's been a pretty long outro. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content. Hit that like button if you enjoy my content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you guys next year. Game of Thrones Season 7. Let's get it hyped up. See you guys next time. Peace, peace.